Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I am Kyle Krueger, and today I have a special guest star with me. He is a voice acting legend, and his name is Matt Hill.
Wow. I have never been called a voice acting legend and then my name after it. Wow, Kyle. Thanks, buddy.
I look up to you, man. I am a huge fan of yours.
Wow, well, you know what? I'm glad you look up to me because I am the tallest person in the world, right? Like, you know, the NBA players? That's like me times 11. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm only 5'5". So, you know, most 5-year-olds are taller than me. So it's, you know, that's the big joke in my life. I'm larger than life, but I'm short as a, you know. But, dude, it's so good to be with you, man. Where are you hailing from?
I want to be a voice actor too. I'm from Cedar City, Utah.
Oh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Cedar City, Utah.
Oh yeah, that's right, Utah. That's a fine state. Are you guys? How's everybody doing down there currently?
We're doing good. It's just that, to be honestly fair, we're still dealing with the weather.
Oh yeah, you must be like in the dead of it, hey?
Yeah, it's cold.
Of like lots of snow and stuff. Like, are you close? Are you close to Park City or more? Like where you are? Is it like in the mountains?
Yeah, I'm near St. George. Like it's an hour and a half to St. George.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I just remember flying into Salt Lake, and then we went mountain biking in Moab. So like we just did a bullet train down in a rental car and went down through there. It's one of my favorite spots in the whole world.
Wow.
Utah be a very nice state, man.
All right. So what characters have you played?
I played this one guy named Ed a little bit, that your viewers might know. I got to play Raphael in the Ninja Turtles, what was it on, Fox Kids?
Next Mutation.
Yeah. So maybe like 10 years before you were born, maybe, you know. I've been known to have a tender heart, so maybe I played Tender Heart on the Care Bears on one of the, 5 incantations that series has had. I've been any of the nerdcore stuff. I've been like, what is it? Like, I've been on Stormhawks. I've been, one of the like reoccurring guys on My Little Pony. And that's okay, to like the ponies, it's like everybody's like pretty cool. So, but yeah, man, I've been around for a long time.
Cool. I wrote down some questions. I wrote down some questions.
Okay.
How did you get into voice acting?
Well, it was one of those things where, we called it monkey hour at my house because, like, I arrived, my mom said, like, a month early, and I arrived with more energy than the sun. So she'd always just be like, get out of the house, stop breaking things, because I'd be, like, running around all over the place with too much energy. So me and my friends literally would make up these skits underneath like the streetlights and, kind of like the classic cul-de-sac setting. So all my friends would be riding their bikes and I'd be running circles around them, to try and quell my energy. And then we would do these like complete like big performances. So, that's kind of where it all started. And then like in the sort of like the official starting of it, when I was 13, I booked my first gig. And I was playing Sage's lead elf at the Christmas display downtown. So, I can thank Santa Claus for, helping me get my first role.
Wow. That's cool, man. I've been wanting to do voice acting since 2009.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, you know what? You're on your way. And because you're doing this podcast, like, are you doing this podcast, like once a week kind of thing? Or
it's more, it depends on it because life is busy. So,
yeah.
So yeah. I got question number 2.
Okay.
This is more of a personal question, not like a personal like deep question. So, okay,
Oh Lord.
What's it like working with Scott McNeil? I'm a huge fan of his. He's my favorite.
Oh, Scotty McNeil. Well, anybody who's a huge fan of Scotty McNeil is a huge fan of me, who I'm now obviously a huge fan of you because I'm a huge fan of Scott McNeil. Does that say anything? Scotty McNeil is the guy that I tell you, when I was first learning in this crazy business, would come up with more variations on different voices than I could like shake a stick at. That old saying. Where I do like 1 or 2 or 3, he would do like 300 kind of thing. He's like he's one of the coolest, fastest brains I've ever met in my life, and pretty darn nice human being too.
I actually can do like one of Scott's characters.
Oh really? Which one?
Bone Steel.
Oh. Now does he know that you do that?
No. I haven't met him yet.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully you do, and then you can say like, dude, guess what I do? I do Bone Steel.
I could here's a sample like turtles. You're gonna be hunted by the hunter.
Nice. Can you make your eye go all googly?
No, I can't.
See, I think that's natural for Scott when he does that voice. It gets all kind of like.
All right, what's your favorite role you've done in your years of voice acting?
Oh, dude. Well, just recently, I got to play a guy named Tun Tun on a show called Dino Trucks, which is on Netflix. Which for me was the combination of basically my pure spirit of just like loving people and loving basically saying like woohoo like a ton and calling everybody like dude and dudette. And then, playing Ed for those 8 seasons, for me, same thing. I could have done Ed and, and Ten Ten for like the rest of my life. If that's the only 2 things that I ever did for like, the next 50 years, I'd be a pretty happy camper. It's, I feel like Ed spread a lot of buttered toast, and lots of gravy and, sort of like that cartoon energy, right? That people, tend to quite like. And so I feel very grateful that I got to play that dude.
You play a lot of surfer dudes.
What? Me? No. What are you talking about, man? It's like, I play lots of Doth characters, lots of, what do you call them, well-schooled, well-educated, Yeah, no, you're right. It's my energy, It's like I said, I do like 3 variations on like kind of like me,
I could do a surfer voice too. I actually wanted to do a little skit with you in this podcast where like we're 2 surfers trying to get a quesadilla when we can't decide which cheese to get.
I like it.
All right, I'll start. Wow, dude, like there's this like amazing quesadilla place. So what should we do, man?
Oh, well, we gotta go find it, brother. I mean, man, I've been jonesing for a quesadilla for like the whole day.
All right, man, they have these list of cheese right there. So, dude, they have blue, they have pepper jack. What do you think, man?
Oh, I love the blue, I love the jack, I love the Zarilla. What else? I mean, like, I want cheddar. Why don't we just like? I don't know, man. Like, do you think maybe they could give us, like, all of it?
I don't think they get free stuff, dude. Like, we gotta get money, man. But I think we do have money because we're slackers, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we have personality. That's what I heard, For sure. Have you heard that about yourself?
Yeah, man. Like, everybody tells me I got a personality, man. So.
Oh, sure, dude.
That was so fun.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, question.
That's great. And then they got their cheese.
Okay, question. Let's see. What's it like voicing bass in the Mega Man Battle Network anime? So if you don't know me, I am a huge fan of the Mega Man Battle Network series. And when I heard you voice bass, I was surprised because you don't play a lot of serious characters.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny that you mentioned bass because he was a guy too that it was kind of neat that the director and the producers, because they're so used to me doing other stuff, just this one day, we were playing around and they're like, well, what would you do for this character? His name's Bass. And then I just I just started riffing, doing, what I was doing. And they're like, that's the guy. I love it. So, I get to play, I think one serious character out of like, however many I've played over the years. So it's pretty good.
Is it cool to do a character that's not like any other character you've done?
Yeah, it's fun. Because it kind of, in my own way, it also allows me to sort of, expand my wheelhouse, right? Where guys like Scotty and, and other like brilliants do like, hundreds of voices. Even me over, 30 years, it's allowed me to say, go, all right, I do a solid like 10. So for me, that's like, expanding the capabilities and, expanding the tool shed, right?
Right. So what's it like living in Vancouver? Because I always like Canada. I have very respect for Canada, and also I want to know, do you guys like, is it hockey season every year?
Oh yeah, hockey's pretty much like the deal. We were jonesing when obviously this silly worldwide pandemic, this thing that's going on right now, when everything kind of stopped for a bit, but we're back at her. I'm actually kind of digging with this, sort of COVID altered season that they've got going, right? Where's Canadian teams playing Canadian and American teams playing American right now. And then I guess they'll see what happens as we get down, whether then we can cross the border and, play that Lord Stanley's Cup. Living in Vancouver, I feel very grateful because I get to do, but not only voices, but then I get to go and run marathons and, be out in nature, which like literally after I finish talking to, amazing, awesome dude, I'll get to go out and do my 124th marathon today, which I'm doing a virtual run across Canada right now, which is almost 7,000 kilometers. So,
wow.
Because I started when COVID-19 arrived, and obviously, our life changed a bit, I had to readjust, and so I decided to do it locally. I'm on day 124 later on. So it's kind of cool knowing that I've done all this, all this miles, but then knowing that like I did it within sort of like a half marathon route, out and back. Kind of like Forrest Gump. I touch the wall. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to go back now, home now,
Well, wow. Are you a motivational speaker? Because you are.
Well, I've been very blessed, my friend, to get to ask to talk to, lots of kids. When we did our Run for One Planet, that was our whole mission, was to inspire kids to make healthy choices for themselves and for the planet. So we mixed our love of running and then also people, and then, and we went around North America. So getting to talk to over 50,000 kids, in 200 school presentations, it's been a pretty cool ride. And, interestingly enough, that was what I was about to be doing. It's why I'm actually doing this now virtual run across our country. Because originally I was going to be going across the country in real time. So my hope is that, by the time I get finished this one direction across Canada, that I'll have a vaccine in my arm, just like everyone else is hopefully getting soon too. And then we can go back out and, I can go into the schools again and, be the big kid and, have fun with them and share this message through the voices, of these cartoon characters. But also, a message of saying that, all kids matter and like they really, really deserve to, have the best life possible for them. Right. So it's, to me, it's kind of like just, I feel like I'm just getting ready to, kind of launch out of the gate.
That's awesome, man. I don't interview motivational speakers all the time. I never met a motivational speaker in my life. So
Great. Well, it's, I always feel like we all have the ability to motivate not only ourselves, right? And at the same time, whatever I believe, that's like you get motivated. So in a way, you're a motivational podcaster because this is what lights you up, right? You love talking to people and doing this medium. And so, you're motivating me while you're talking to me. So, maybe you're a motivational speaker too, dude.
Oh man, you're making me blush, dude. Okay, so if there's somebody that's going through a tough time, like they're going through tough times, what would you say to them?
You know, it's such a good question, dude. Because right now, especially, I really feel like this really is almost like why I knew already I was going to be going out to try and reach as many kids. You know, and I say kids, but I also mean big kids at heart. So like, you know, so like adults as well that still believe that, you know, Christmas is actually kind of like a new beginning, and we always, you know, just sort of like asking everybody what's possible for you, right?
Right.
So, you know, to me, it's almost like with all the craziness that's happening in the world, it's I don't know. To me, it feels like that's probably the most important mission that I'll ever go on. Apart from everything I've already been doing, I really feel deeply in my heart that, okay, you know, if the good Lord above blessed me with energy, I seem to just love going out every day for 8 or 10 hours. You know, I come home as long as I'm fed and I'm watered. So then I keep going, you know, and so to me, that's what I would like to leave as my legacy, you know, for being alive. And, you know, so as I've always said, I'd either, if I'm meant to, you know, whatever day that I'm meant to leave this earth, I'm hoping it's either going on a run to go meet some kids, talk to them about how awesome they are, or running to the studio to go do a cartoon or something that, you know, again, elevates kids' lives, right? To me, that's, you know, I just feel like those are my two MOs from here forward. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So that is really good advice. That's really amazing advice.
Well, it's one of the things, Kyle, right? It's like how many we all are in this thing together. Not only say like right now, current, you know, like rate this very current moment. We're in this thing called a worldwide pandemic, right? So in no time in history have we actually been more truth in that statement. Going, okay, right now we know what we need to do in order to sort of like stay healthy and safe. So we need to sort of like stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask, wash our hands lots, and, you know, try and stay as healthy as we possibly can, so that then when we can go out and get a shot in our arms, and then we can all go out and, you know, sort of resume life as we've sort of known it. That to me is where we have this almost like this moment in our history right now to possibly even write a new story, so that ultimately we will have a new history, right? You know, because I always believe that things happen for a reason, and so, you know, like I won't lie and say that I wasn't disappointed, obviously, when, you know, I wasn't able to go across Canada as an example, in real time. I was disappointed for a couple weeks, thinking like, oh man, I've done all this training, I'm ready to go. Now this stupid thing called COVID-19 arrived. But then I was like, okay, wait a second, mister. You know, I kind of like it would be like Ed talking to me going, hey, mister, you can still make a difference right where you are, right? So, you know, that day I went, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to start. So on Earth Day, so April 22nd, 2020, that's when I started my first marathon. And then now I gave myself a year to do it. So, you know, this April 22nd, that's somewhere I'm, you know, intending that I'll be finished. Probably, I don't even know how many marathons it'll be, but basically it'll just be whatever distance it is across Canada right now. So, you know, almost 7,000 K. So for me, it's been neat to be able to pivot, like we've all had to pivot, right? And we've all had to find a way to move forward and, you know, keep doing what it is that, you know, lights our fire, right? And, you know, makes us happy. And, you know, so, and I keep telling everybody, man, when I'm like greenlit to go with a, you know, vaccine in my arm, I'm gonna hug and high five the world for like 2 years. So, you know, so I'm warning everybody. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna be like, my tour is just gonna be like the hug and high five tour.
Wow. Do you like music?
I hate music. No, I'm so kidding. I totally love music. Oh my god. Who's your favorite band?
80s Van Halen.
Dude, are you serious?
I'm serious.
That's why we're brothers, man. Guess who my favorite 80s band is? Like, and I'm not kidding you. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't Van Halen, was the first concert I ever saw.
Wow.
In the 7th grade, dude.
Dude, I'm jealous.
I was like 11. And my buddy in the Catholic school that I went to, he's like, dude, have you ever this band? They're called Van Halen. And I swear to God, it changed my life. When the needle dropped on Eruption on that first that first album, right? It changed my life. And oh my God, until I realized I couldn't sing like David Lee Roth, and I wasn't tall enough. I decided, okay, I wasn't gonna be a rocker, but I sure love to play one on TV.
Wow.
But that music, and also rest in peace to Mr. Eddie Van Halen. But good, because did you ever get the pleasure of seeing them in concert?
No, I'm 23. I'm 22.
Yeah, see, you're just a baby, man. That's like, wow. I wish you could have seen them because, and no offense to Dave, as he got older, his vocals kind of fell off a little bit.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Oh yeah, wait. Well, I think they partied pretty hard. Just saying, But their music, like I said, right? Look at that. It's like a whole new generation that you're growing up with, going like, man, I love classic Van Halen. And Sammy Hagar too. Let's not give him any non-kudos because holy moly, that guy can sing.
Man, my favorite Van Halen song is "Dreams."
Dreams, yeah, that's a good one. Yep. Absolutely, man. Yep.
I heard it from the Power Rangers movies.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
So you played Raphael, not the voice, but you were in the suit for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Yes. Yo.
What's it like being a suit actor? Is it hard?
Dude, I loved it. For me, once again, it was like an extension of my, of just me as a human being getting to join this iconic, sort of like franchise. Never did I realize how freaking popular the Turtles were until there I am in Oregon where we're filming. And, once we got inside the turtle suit, it was like 2 hours to basically become blind, deaf, and dumb because it was so heavy and hot and I couldn't really see anything. So my puppeteer would, sorry, I just swallowed I felt like I swallowed a fly, but I didn't. But my puppeteer would sort of open up my eyes a little bit, and then literally I'd hear in my intercom going, Matt, there's kids that are, with their parents, and you just got to take a picture with them. So I would literally, being blind, I would just put my arms out, and people would take pictures with us, right? So then I'd see them later, and we were taking pictures with hundreds of people. So it was, it was pretty cool to just know that I got to be a part of something like that. But then when, like I said, when
Next
we went
Mutation.
on our run, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Next Mutation?
Well, more so when we went on our run around North America, it was when they found out that I was Raph in the suit. Well, and also too the Next Mutation. That's true. I shouldn't say that wasn't too. But it was like this real time feedback of going, oh my God, dude, the Turtles changed my life. They helped me get through a tough childhood. They helped me believe in myself. They helped me, have the code of the turtle, right? And so once again, it was like this cartoon and this movie career that I'd chosen to do at 13 was coming back full circle with other people saying, dude, the roles that you're a part of really helped my life. So, talk about a gratitude moment every day. Like people saying thanks for getting to do what I do. And I'm like, no, thank you. Because if I hadn't have, if I wouldn't have got these jobs, right, I never would have got to play these roles, right? So, getting to meet people to then have this shared back of, how much some of these parts, meant to them. To me, that's a big deal. And I take that very seriously. It's a great honor, So, to all your listeners, thank you so much for giving me a great life. I feel very grateful.
Nice. I sent you a drawing I made. It was you wearing this WCW shirt. It's for a pay-per-view I rebooked.
Oh, sweet. Did you send it on my email?
Yeah, I sent it to you on the email.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'll have a look when I open up my email.
Dude, oh man, it was hard to make that picture, that drawing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? If I would have done that drawing, it would have been like a stick man. So so kudos.
You also played one of my favorite roles. You played was Poochie from Powerpuff Girls Z.
Oh yeah, Peach, the Pigster. Is that how he sounded?
No, he sounded cute.
Hey?
He sounded cute.
You mean he sounded like this?
Yeah.
Pigster. Oh, that's awesome.
Do you have advice for me, because I want to get into voice acting?
Yes, do it. Do it. Whatever way that you can get in, do it. Take some classes. Make a tape. Do voices like wherever. Like to me, there's no better time than like right now, especially for somebody who's new, because the industry right now is seriously expanding like there's no tomorrow. Like, because look at all these streaming services, right?
Right.
Everybody needs content. And so, us old codgers, they're going like, yeah, okay, yeah, we love you, you're awesome. But they're also bringing so many new people in like yourself. So, get those voices inside your head, man. Get them on tape. Get them in front of somebody that could, give you some really honest feedback in terms of, say, like a demo. Get an agent and just get going, man. Because, you're 22, young man. Your life is, it's time to get a moving.
What was your favorite episode of Ed and Eddie?
Oh, the Christmas episode, dude.
Oh,
hands down, absolutely. Like when Ed was, putting like, gravy cakes and whatchamacallit for Santa, and he like just literally destroyed the whole house. Like, to me, that was Ed at his finest. Plus, Christmas is my personal favorite time of the year too. So, it's like, it's just, yeah. It's hands down, that's still probably my favorite episode. And a close second, maybe the Halloween special too.
Oh, cool, man. So also, I'm trying to think of questions.
You're doing great, Kyle.
Oh man, don't make me blush. You don't turn my face red.
What?
Okay. I'm okay.
Okay, you can do this.
Okay. Have you ever? What's it like voicing for anime characters?
Anime is like, it's a totally different animal, because whereas in like a show like, say, Ed, Edd n Eddy, where all the cast is together and then they animate it, afterwards.
Yeah.
Anime is already animated, so we're revoicing it, right? So we typically are in the studio by ourselves, and it's just like us and the producer or the director and the engineer. And so I call it's like painting fences, because with anime it has to be so precise, because there's no room to add, lines or different like affectations, because it's so tightly timed with the anime that's already been, it's already been animated, right? And so it's way different than, it's more like laser surgery, because you got to like make sure you say the line in those 3 beeps and you get it done before the next thing starts, or else you got to do it again, right?
Right.
Whereas prelay, they're just like, all right, play, go crazy, create.
Nice. You're a live action actor too. What's it like working in live action?
Love it. It's like, to me, it's like a, I don't know, a whole other world, because, like with voiceover, it's like I put my hat on backwards and, go to work every day. As long as I shower regularly, then, people are like, yeah, you can stay, but like with film and TV, it's so fun to be able to just create a character. Then I know, oh man, I'm going to get to see myself on, I don't watch a lot of the stuff that I've done. But when I have, I feel like, yeah, okay, if I was doing it justice and doing a pretty good job, it's just been a really cool way to, keep being creative and, getting to work with some really, really kick-ass human beings, and, so, another like kind of wild thing for whatever reason, when I was 13, thinking that my life was half over, so I better kind of like get a move on, right? So that's why I was kind of joking with you. when you told me you're 22 and you want to do this, it's like, do it, man, because you never know where that choice of just saying, you know what, I'm just going to do it and start. It will take you everywhere, right? It'll take you around the world. It'll take you, and especially in voiceover, now it's a beautiful time to get in because, you can record all your stuff, on your own home computer. You can get your own studio, and they're actually liking that a lot more, especially with COVID, right now.
Right.
We're all doing it basically in our own little sort of studio pods, right?
Yeah. Dude, wow. Man, you've had a great experience with this.
Well, I've been around, Scotty would be like, yeah, Matthew, you've been around a long time. I've been around a long time, and so in one hand, I think I don't know, I guess I can speak on experience because I've had a few, and at the same time, it's funny because sometimes I actually can't believe that it's like I've been doing this biz for 33 years. Because I literally remember when I was 13 and making that light bulb moment going like, you know what? I am doing this dream. I don't care how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. And, luckily for me, I heard on the radio that this agency in Vancouver were taking people on. And I lived in Tsawwassen, which is about an hour outside of the city. And, so I had my first sort of like epic acting performance when I convinced my parents I was too sick to go to school on this one day. Right? It's, the classic, right? Mom and dad are like, oh, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, I don't feel very well. I think I should stay home. My mom or dad are like, oh, you poor baby. So the second that they left for work, I was like sprinting to make the bus because I'd booked an appointment for 11 o'clock that Thursday with, who ended up becoming my agent. And then, the rest is history, as they say, right? It's, obviously I work my butt off, but at the same time, it's why I tell you, you never know where that one decision will take you, right? On whatever it is, whether you're an actor, whether you're a writer, whether you're, producer, director, whether you decide to become a doctor, right? Or nurse or writer, bus driver. To me, do what lights us up because honestly, it opens up the world to us, right?
Right.
And, without sounding cheesy, life is short, right? It's like, 80 to 100 years, goes by really fast. I mean, I just turned 53 and I'm like, what? How? What? No. What? I look at my girlfriend, I'm like, do I look 53? She's like, yes, you did. No, I'm just kidding. But, but you know what I mean though? It's to me, the urgency of now is trusting the moment, trusting that you are perfectly placed where you need to be, and then literally then go, okay, what do I want to create, right? Because, it's like time is now, man. And, it's, to me, it's the perfect time to be alive because we are, right?
Wow, dude. I mean, you should, like, how you describe that story, it sounds like you had your own sitcom.
Oh, I wish I would have been able to film it. Oh, Matt, probably not, but yeah.
Dude, since Dwayne The Rock Johnson's making a show about his real life experience, maybe you should make a show about your real life experience.
Well, yeah, hey, maybe that'll be the next part because I'm just finishing writing my first book actually.
What's your book called?
My book is called The Run of My Life. So. Which is essentially, basically my journey, right? So, maybe we'll make a movie about it.
No, movie sounds a little too risky. TV show.
Okay, thanks for the advice. Okay, perfect. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that.
So, I also want to be a film director and writer, and if I ever go to Vancouver, British Columbia, I would hire you as one of the actors.
Oh, well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Because I respect you.
Well, hey, I respect you, too. Thank you. That is a wonderful offer.
Dude, you're making me blush again.
Right? I'll be texting you going, hey, Kyle, so are you a director yet? Come on, man. Are you going to do my story? Come on, buddy.
I want to put my hand out there on the computer and with a sign of friendship.
Oh, friendship. Oh, yes. Oh, very good, very good. You're a very good man. Good human.
Yeah, you can do Jamaican. That's awesome. I also want to ask you. Vancouver has a good reputation with sushi.
Oh, are you curious? That is so cool that like someone else knows that this hidden secret called sushi here is. And I'm not a huge like I mean I eat sushi a lot, but I list because I just love it's so good. But I don't eat crazy sushi. But it's I think that's so cool. Yes, I will agree. We have some pretty kick butt. Probably bad description. We have really tasty sushi. How's that?
Dude, I love sushi. You know why? Because yes, eating too much of it is unhealthy, but it's so good. It's like this is. I can describe it as flavorful, and it makes me calm. It makes me collective. It makes me fun. It makes me just happy.
It's like, see, that's your commercial, right? You're like, hi, I'm Kyle. Sushi makes me calm, makes me happy, makes me thriving. I like sushi. Yeah.
You just gave me an idea. Thank you.
I
And
think you should do a commercial for it.
so dude, I also wanted to say that I'm right now. I just wanted to say, man, that have you ever been to the rest of British Columbia?
I spend a lot of time in a place called the Okanagan, which is kind of like my second home, where I done all my Ironmans up there. And I'm part of a Skaha Lake Ultra Swim, which is a swim across the biggest lake in Canada. The biggest lake in Western Canada. Sorry, my apologies, because everyone will be Googling going like, the Great Lakes are way bigger. And it is. They are. Yeah, I mean, BC is huge. I mean, it's, we were partly thinking like with this new tour that if we could, start in the north and then come south, that we would probably do something like that. Because BC is a long, big, huge, like, province. And it's beautiful. Apparently, a lot of people have said it's a lot like New Zealand.
I don't see that. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It has forest
Oh, yeah.
and snow.
Oh, yeah.
I like the flag of British Columbia. It's so unique and original.
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for digging where I feel grateful to be from and live.
Oh, I do research a lot. I'm not busy a lot. I just do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Research is not as terrible as people think it is.
Not at all. Well, especially like you, right? You're obviously really good at it. So, that's the thing. You probably will make like one of the most amazing directors, or research assistants to to get stuff done, right? So, like, my brain fires on all cylinders, but then like my idea's gone. And then I'm on to something else. So, I'm like the Energizer Bunny. You're like the tried and tested and you're like the salt of the earth, right? It's,
Wow.
you're the guy that steers the ship, right?
The captain?
Yeah. I'm the guy that if the ship breaks down, I jump off the back and then I just, I kick. And, I'm like Ed. I'm like, kick my feet. And then I'll just but I got enough energy to just kick the boat to shore.
Wow, dude.
Wait.
Dude, you are such a nice guy, man. You are a nice guy.
Thanks, Kyle. Well, you're a nice guy, too.
I love 80s music, too.
Me, too. Any other 80s bands that you like?
Well, I do like, I'm trying to think, Twisted Sister.
Uh-huh.
I like Ron Stewart, even though he's more of a singer than a band.
Yeah. An entertainer, man. That guy can sing.
Bryan Adams.
Yeah, Brian. Hometown boy. Love him. Love him.
My favorite song is, oh man, I also like Journey.
Yep. Journey. Yeah, they're awesome too. Now, have you heard Journey with their their relatively new singer, the guy from the Philippines?
I hope he's good.
He's amazing. Holy moly! If you've never if you're a Journey fan, so obviously Steve Perry, right?
Right.
Such a great singer. And their guy that they brought in from the Philippines, he's been with them for quite a while now, like maybe 8 or 9 years.
Wow.
And honestly, his name's Parnell. and you can barely tell the difference. The guy is like amazing. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. What's your favorite? One of my favorite '80s songs is "Some Guys Have All the Luck" by Ron Stewart.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dude, that song is catchy as hell.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I like one of my favorite '80s songs from, say, Bryan Adams is like Diana.
That's a good song. Summer of 89. 69. 69.
The summer of '89. Everyone's going, what? No, it's...
Sorry. I am sorry. I just got nervous. Wow.
Poor Bryan Adams. You remember? She's like, the summer of '76. They're like, it's 69. Ah!
Wow. Dude, you are a contender for best guest I had in this show.
Oh, wow. Well, I feel very, very blessed, man. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome, man. I think we should end the podcast here, if that's okay with you.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Say bye, Matt Hill, because, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, like, for real, right? Just tell all your listeners, keep believing in their dreams. And, and just start, right? Start where you are. Know that you're perfectly placed to make some really cool things happen, and just put one foot in front of the other and keep kicking your feet towards your dreams.
Okay. See you.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Kyle.
You're welcome.
All the very best to you, my friend.
You too, man.
Okay, and if you ever need to connect again, brother, I am here to talk to you guys. If if you ever want to do another one, just reach out, man.
Okay, cool, man. See ya.
Okay, see you, pal. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.